Okay, good morning. Apologies, slightly later start, but we're back in the game. Okay, first thing we are going to do, try to take over the world, Pinky. So from here, posturing up, lifting the head, inhale and exhale. Use this time to get the head into gear.
Okay. It'll go good for me.
Walker.
Yeah. Actually, shite.
Oh. You missed a little bit.
No.
Okay. What he said.
Always.
So look at it. Look at left and right. Good morning. Look at up and down. I'm rolling forwards. Now I'm rolling to the sides. Lovely stuff. Into the shoulders, arm circles forwards. Remember, it's flexibility day today, so we're going to loosen everything out and roll them back.
We're going to be flexible.
Open and closing. Yeah, I'm going to contort you into all kinds of positions. Contorture. There we go. That's a new one. Okay, from here, just cheat-tolling, wringing it out. Lovely. Into the elbows. That's one way and back. Into the wrists. And back the other way. Interlocking the fingers. Rolling one way and rolling back the other way. It says awkwardly. Gripping and ripping. Lovely. Into the spine. Inhale up. Exhale down, front, middle, back. Oh, left to the sides. Good stuff. Rotations. Hands and hips, hip circles. Change of direction. Feet together, knee circles. And change direction. And again, please remember that I want yours to be bigger than that. Okay, unless you have what I have, in which case don't. From there, stand on the left foot, right foot, toes down, toes back, foot back. Rotate one way and rotate the other way. Switching over, other foot, toes down, toes back, foot back. Rotate one way and rotate the other way. Okay, in terms of balance and gait today, we're just going to try just standing on one leg, okay? Sorry, side on so you can see. So, whoops. So I'm just going to put all my weight into my other leg for a moment, okay? And just bend the supporting knee just a little bit, okay? And what you'll do there, try not to watch something move. What you'll do there is just activate those muscles really, really nice. Okay. Right, switching over to the other foot now. Same thing, all the weight goes into that leg. Hang there for a few seconds. And then just bend the supporting knee out. Now, if you are finding balance to be really tricky, just put a finger on the wall. Okay, so just turn side on so you can do it comfortably, right? Just put a finger on the wall. So it's not going to take much weight. All it's going to do is it's going to work with our proprioception. Just lifting your chin up from there. Okay, so stand on one leg. Bend and support knee just a little. Okay.
That's all I do.
That's okay, yeah. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do. Okay. And then switching over to the other side. Just put a fingertip on the wall if you need.
I can do that one.
Yeah, no, that one's
alright. So the one
that's lift the chin up a little bit more. Have a look at the top of the window when you're doing this. Okay. Okay. Lovely. Now, you want to scale that up a little bit, make it a little more tricky for yourself. Get like a cushion, not too thick a cushion, but just something slightly unstable. And just stand on an unstable. So if I took, let's say, what do I have to hand? A jacket from Jiu-Jitsu. Who would have thought I'd have jackets from Jiu-Jitsu just lying around? So all I do is I'm just going to ball it up a little bit like a cushion, okay? And then put it where you can see it. Now I have an unstable surface, okay? So I'm going to have to work a little bit harder to maintain it, okay? Doesn't need to be like really thick, okay? The highest level of this, as far as I'm concerned, is being able to stand on a gym ball, which there's no fucking way I'm demonstrating right now. But I had got it down to the point where I could almost solve a Rubik's Cube while standing on the ball. And it takes me a little over 2 minutes to solve a Rubik's Cube, okay? On average. And that I found like that's the sort of pinnacle of the balance exercises. Your ability to be on a completely unstable surface and just to control your own movement. What is that flashing at me for? To wobble cushion. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, wobble cushion. Yeah, perfect. I have what I call Bosu balls. Hold on now. A Bosu ball is also excellent. Hold on now. I'm coming. I haven't run away and left you. Promise, I'm not leaving. Okay, so this guy, that guy's excellent. Also this guy. So he's got the little instability here. Now I can't demonstrate because there's too much pressure through the knees when we do these, okay? But your ability to stand on these things is also extremely valuable. All I will say, if you're practicing anything like this, is do it somewhere you're willing to fall over, okay? Alternatively, what we do when we start the kids balancing on the balls is we put the ball up against something, and the little kids, the little dragons, they hold on to the rail. So they climb on the ball holding on to the rail. But we try and wean them off that pretty quickly. It's just that they initially get a little bit of respect for it because they get a little bit cocky, they take their hands off the rail, and then whoa, and then they grab the rail again. So if you always want to balance, you always want to balance the risk versus rewards, okay? So you want obviously high reward, low risk. So if you're practicing balance exercises, going up on top of a cliff is possibly the dumbest way to do it, right? So what's the smartest way? Well, somewhere that you have something you can just grab. So the second you lose balance, you can grab, starting with one finger on it, okay? So if I want to stand on one leg, ooh, wobbly, right? Put your finger on something, okay? Now the finger can't take a huge amount of weight, but what it does is it tells your body where is stable, okay? Okay, that's enough. That's enough of that. Right, so we're going to go into our cup exercise now. So there you are, sir. And so let's put that so I can see you. Okay, so from here, the usual deal, all the way out and around. Okay, so keep working on that one for a second. I'm just going to introduce another tool here, one of my favorites. So this is a pallet handle. So keep practicing there for a second. You can work while I'm waffling in your ear, right? As aggravating as I may be. This is a palaband, okay? So what it is, it's an Indian club substitute. So you buy these from a company called Heroic Sport, okay? And you just screw them on. I use 1 liter bottles because I find it's plenty. I have a 4 kilo one in the back, a steel one, and it's a bit much, to be quite honest with you. You don't need it, okay? So with these, the grip is like so. So there's a little bit of a bobble on the end. So I slide my fingers in, my little finger just wraps around the end, and I go from here. Now, the idea here is I find a 0 point where it's completely balanced. So that's out of balance there, okay? And what I do from there is let that fall, bring it back. Let it fall, bring it back, okay? And once you get used to that, you can extend that movement out and through. Now, what this does really, really, really well is it gives me a little bit of weight to just pull the end of my free range of motion. So the exercises that we do, keep going with the cups. Yeah, don't have to stop with the cups, but this is just for when you're looking back. Okay, so you're in the gym on Friday. So Rosa, you are anyway, and a few of you guys are. So you can grab these out. I'll show you how to use them proper. So you've got this line here, okay? And then what we can do is we can get two of them on the go. So I'm casting. So I point my thumb out there and I rotate my thumb at the back. So I'm here and here, and it pulls my shoulders really nicely into position. Then for the lateral work on the shoulder, keep going with the cups. We go center line, pass, center line, pass. So it's stopping here. My other hand comes in, pass, okay? And it gets a really nice stretch on the shoulders. If I've done a particularly heavy workout on my shoulders, this is the tool to use. The next version then is I get my key reference position. So I have my archer position, I have 2 and 10. And what I want to do is flow through those. Okay. And in doing so, my shoulder is being pulled in exactly the way I want it to be pulled. Then I can use 2 at once. Okay. And now what I can also do, wear a helmet, yeah. Yeah, you probably clunk yourself once or twice. But they're okay. I mean, it's just a bottle full of water. It's not that bad. Okay. What I can also do is I can do the opposite movement where it comes in. So I could do 1 in and 1 out. And the 2 of them move in the same direction. Then I can do 2 out. Okay. And then I can go 1 in and 1 out on the opposite side. And I find a few minutes with these guys does wonders for my shoulders. Okay. Fit for life, that's kind of that. We're just going to do the elephant walk for fit for life, and then we get into this for fit to play. So from here, bending the knees. Martin and anybody else who needs a little bit more on the hips, just stay on for this one for today, okay? So bending your knees there, lifting your toes, slipping your fingers under your toes, lock your toes down, head flops down, straight to right and bend the left, straight to left and bend the right. Boom, boom. Okay, really easy. Nothing major. Okay, really easy now. So it doesn't have to lock straight, just as close as you can, right? Okay, I want to get out of this position. So I free my hands, butt down, chin up, chest up, stand up. It's fucking so much better. Jeez, the difference. I love this shit. Right, down onto the floor. Okay, so we're gonna go back line first. So first thing I'm gonna do is spread the feet out. Oh yeah, first thing I'm gonna do is sit up. Then I'm gonna spread the feet out. Okay. Cut it off and get a new one. Right, swimming forward.
Hard to get onto them deeper.
I can get them. They're you know, they're messy, man.
So they were in the England. DIY.
Let's not go too far down this one. Right, walk with your right hand down your right leg. Left hand comes over the center and reach, and then switch it. So go 1. A little bit of side bend here. 1. 1. Okay. Next one then we're going to do is the back line. So I'm going to do the back of my. I'm going to do this leg. Okay. So first level, I'll bend the leg, grab the foot, and then extend the leg down as far as I can. Okay. And just pulse it. All right. So remember, with stretching, not into pain. You're looking for edge of tension. Trying to get the tension to relax. Okay. Now I'm going to release that completely. You'll have to let that leg just sit there. Stay. Now, this time, push the back of the knee into the floor. Push it right down. Okay. So when I do that, my heel comes up just a little bit, which is lovely. Yours might or it might not. Either way, doesn't really matter. As long as you're pushing down with the back of the knee. And the question the last day was, should the back of the knee touch the floor? Not necessarily. It's not necessary. I just want a straight line here as best as we can get it. This way. If you have particularly big hamstrings or your skeleton is just built that way, or big calves or whatever, you're not going to get the back of the knee down, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. So start with your fingertips here. Walk your fingers down your leg. Find out where is comfortable to you. Okay? Inhale through the nose. And on the exhale, sink the chest and pull the toes to the nose. So right now I can feel tension there. So I'm going to wait. Slow my breathing right down. Calm it down, dude. Okay. That's it. All that tension is gone for me now, so I can go a bit further on my exhale. I'm going to wait there. Remember our game here, wait out tension. No forcing, right? So in resistance training, you give the body orders. In flexibility training, you ask the body, you give it requests. Okay, be nice to it. Okay, that's relaxed for me, so I can go further. Inhale. On the exhale, sink it down that bit more. All right, that'll do for my right leg. Now for my left leg. Okay, so the first one, straighten the leg, grab the toes, or bend the leg to grab the toes even, and then straightening the leg as much as we can. And again, please note, I'm very tentative in anything I do with my left knee at the moment. I have to just be so careful. I was on a good road to recovery and I just stretched just a little bit too far and fucked myself right up. And it really didn't feel like anything when I hurt myself. The second time, when I re-injured it, there was no pain or anything until after. At the time, I felt like I could have gone all day. Okay, now I'm going to relax that there. I'm going to push the back of the knee. That is the problem. If there was pain, I would have taken notice and I would have stopped. But because it's cartilage damage rather than like it's muscle damage, I'm used to muscle damage. So I know how muscle damage feels and I know where the pains are and I know how to work it. But cartilage damage, I never had that before. So I just wasn't used to it. So when I did real damage to myself and exacerbated the situation massively, there was no actual pain. There was no indication of the level of damage that I'd just done until I put the foot down. And then it was fucking 12 days of crutches or something. You know, and it just really didn't feel like anything. And now my knee is still misshapen. So I push the back of my knee down into the floor as best as I can. Try and ignore the pain. Walk my fingers down my leg. Okay. So you notice like I've got nothing like the same range in my left as I do in my right at the moment. Also, if you see them, the legs don't compare. This leg is significantly bigger than this one at the moment. And that's after only what, July? So it's amazing how quickly the muscle wastes. Yeah. Similarly, you can put it back on to roughly the same speed. So I'm going to inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, and sink down. And that leg, which you guys can keep going now for a second. So keeping the leg nice and straight, bringing the chest down towards it. So chest to knee and toes to nose. Okay, that's about all mine can take for the moment. I'll have to work it much slower on my own after this. And then again, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, and sink it down. Fantastic. Okay, relax. I'm gonna lay down all the way on my back now. Okay, I'm going to bring my knee, I'm going to lift it up, and I'm going to draw circles on the ceiling with my knee. Try and get a little bit bigger on each circle. Okay, I'm going to change directions. All right, now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to straighten the leg though. So I'm going to draw circles with my foot now. And I'm going to change directions. Okay, I'm going to bring my right leg as far to the right as I can. Sweep it over to the left. And bring it as far to the left as I can. And I've allowed the hip to come completely off the floor here. Okay, so my hip is right up. Okay, from there now, I'm going to grab my knee and pull it towards my chest. Hug it out. Okay, so I'm just bopping ever so slightly, right? So I'm just pulling it just a little bit more in each time. Lovely. Okay, now I'm going to bring it all the way to the left, and I'm going to allow the hip to come up all the way over. So you feel a little bit of a stretch here. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to center again, and this time I'm going to keep the hip down, and I'm going to pull the knee across. Now I'm not pulling it straight across, I'm pulling it slightly up towards the shoulder, okay? And the reason for that is I'm looking for where I need to stretch. So this is a sensual thing, not sexual, sensual. Okay, feel for it. Okay, so that's where my tension is right now. So I'm going to try and let that relax as much as I can. Excuse me. Okay, a little abandon that one. Now, my left knee, going circles on the ceiling. Oh. Stretch it. Oh. 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 Lovely. Okay, straight leg. Back the other way. Okay, left leg out to the left. Far as it'll go. And then sweep it over to the right. Let the hip come up and bring it over as far as it'll go. Relax. Bend the knee, hug it into the chest. You want belts?
No, fine. I do. I want to shoot that section. Not that's what I do.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, you know what I meant.
Yeah, well, I mean, double play.
That's fair enough. I'll organize that later. Okay, from there then, I'm going to bring my left knee over to my right, allowing my hip to come up now. So allow the hip to come up. And then I'm going to repeat that. This time I'm going to keep the hip down. Pull my left knee towards my right, but then slightly up towards the right shoulder. So find where it's comfortable. Not comfortable. Find the edge of tension, sorry. And try and stay just on the comfort side of tension. So it should be like if you go any further, it's going to become uncomfortable. I know I keep repeating this, but like I find repetition is truly the mother of skill here, and I want you guys to be independent. I don't want you fucking hanging on me the whole time. For your sake, not for mine. In business terms, I should be making you as dependent as possible, right? Lead you for a while. But I'm not going to do that. In terms of fitness business, I suck. Okay, and relax. Oh, Jesus, I need to leave that to sit for a second. Okay, so flexibility. Weight out the tension. Relax. Okay, let it settle. All right, let it relax. Try and gently increase the range of motion without pain. Okay, so the last one we'll look at today then is we're just gonna laying back on our back, hands out to the sides, spreading my knees a little bit, my feet just slightly wider than my hips. Now I'm gonna let my knees flop left side, right side. Okay, and again now I can't really go as far as I would like to demonstrate here, but you guys If you can get your knees down to the floor, oh, that's awesome. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's easy down a bit now. Oh my God, that's better. Okay, let them flop. Let them flop.
Small victories.
Small victories. It fucking really is a game of small victories with me right now. You know, it really is.
Could be worse, but
Oh Jesus, it could always be worse. No matter what you come up with. Coming up onto the elbows. Same deal. Let the knees block the sides. Loosen out the whole hip girdle. Right. Up onto the hands. Okay, sit the weight forwards. I'm not going to be able to do that, I'm afraid. Lovely. All right, that will do for today. That'll do you. I will see you tomorrow for what we're doing tomorrow. Squat push pull tomorrow. Later, taters.